What's up, guys? Chris with Cross CNC and CNC for Newbies here, enjoying my fresh cup of coffee. Uh, Got my Black Rifle cup filled with uh, espresso, salted caramel, some Tullamore whiskey, and some heavy whipping cream. So, a little Irish coffee in the morning. Um, Wanted to go live and tell you guys about kind of what we've been up to, what I've been prototyping, um, and then a cool spawning from this prototyping. So, a lot of people know that I've been busting my butt trying to get uh, this automatic tool changer done for my big machine that uses UCCNC, um, and I put closed loop on it, and that runs awesome. I'm able to run this thing confidently up to 4,000 inches a minute without lost steps. The problem right now is the bearings for me. They're actually not rated for that, and everything. But I used the new VFD, got that kind of figured out, squared away, so it integrated really well with the automatic tool changer setup. But the big thing for me was that closed loop system. And um, I started doing a lot of research on, what exactly makes a closed loop system uh, work, and how hard is it to implement and everything like that. And it's actually pretty difficult to implement um, efficiently. But in all of my research, I actually came up with um, a closed loop driver that has an integrated encoder, and you can use multiple style of encoders. It doesn't have to be a rotary mounted encoder. Excuse me. But you can use a linear type encoder. You can use a rotary. You can use um, a diametric magnet uh, encoder, all to send position uh, information back to the driver. And the driver is where all the magic really happens. And so for these hobby machines that are using a um, like an Arduino base system, you can still do a closed loop with a very inexpensive setup, and you don't have to have special um, steppers or anything like that. So what all you have to really do is integrate the rotary, some type of encoder feedback to your system, whether it be linear, glass scale, rotary, or anything like that. Uh, the hard part is that integration into the drivers. So what I did was um, I took some programmable chips, some microcontrollers, and I have the stepper do a feedback loop to the microcontroller, and then that microcontroller actually uh, sends out the step and direction pulses to the stepper based on the incoming input of the computer, the Gerbil, and also the feedback loop of the encoder. So it knows where the machine is at all the time. So you can use the encoder on the stepper, and it's going to tell you if a stepper actually loses position, loses steps, which means lost position. Or you can use a linear encoder, and that will tell you if an axis has lost a step and thereby not being aligned and everything like that. Um, and they're absolute encoders. So if you're using an absolute encoder, you don't theoretically need homing switches. You just need a hard stop point. Um, so that's some really cool, inexpensive stuff that we can add to these machines to start getting a hobby machine up to the more light industrial machine settings. I really like the aspect of the closed loop. It allows me to move faster. It allows me to have more precision. Uh, so, by the time it's said and done, you can get everything that I have on my big machine or that you see on industrial machines. You guys can start implementing on your personal machines, the smaller hobby type machines. So for me, I see this as a win-win for everybody, because this is going to be a pretty awesome setup if you can implement a closed loop system for, say, $40 a drive. That's within reason that you could do 2 drives for the y-axis 1 month, then do a drive for the x-axis the next month, and then the z-axis the month after that. So you can nickel and dime your project up to a point where you pretty much have everything that you can possibly add on to your machine. Um, for me, that's awesome. I love the thought of the hobby market being able to have all of the industrial perks, um, or most of them. It's just a matter of figuring out how can we implement this stuff inexpensively, and how can it tie into a lot of these systems like Gerbil, because the a lot of the Gerbil systems are using Arduino Unos, and that's kind of a, how to put it, that's kind of a maxed out system. So something along the lines of the new blue pills or black pills, the 32-bit systems would be so much better. Um, so I look at that stuff and I'm like, hey, that's what we need. That's where we need to go with this. So that's kind of where everything's at right now. I just wanted to go live, let you guys know what's been going on in the prototyping dungeon. Um, we got the automatic tool changer all finished on the big machine. Um, I'm really gonna try to figure out how to implement this thing on the Arduino system. Um, it might mean a new controller. It might. I'm not quite sure what it's going to mean yet, but I'm going to try and make this available. I know the automatic tool changer itself will work with the system. I just don't know about the programming of the available Gerbil G code senders right now, uh, that are able to facilitate a tool change. Um, so as I get more into that, the hobby machines, your millwrights, your X cars, your CNC for newbies, all of this stuff is gonna kind of start seeing a lot more uh, accessory market coming out. Um, and I think that's kind of a really cool situation for the hobby guys, because who wouldn't want a inexpensive tool changer, right? Um, just stuff like that. I see this going forward in a quick fashion to where the hobby guys are going to have all the industrial stuff in their garage, and I really can't wait. um, so with that being said, that's the ramblings of a madman for today. Um, I did I did successfully implement the closed loop system. I'm going to be doing more feedback on that. I'm going to be sending out two systems to two Gerbil users that are running demons, and we're going to see how that works out. And if it works out well for them, um, I'm going to see if we can implement this on some other systems and in the best fashion possible. All right. So I can't wait to see what happens once it's verified. I'll let you know what all it is and how it works, and you can do it to your system. All right. Later, guys.